centuries back, there was no illness in the world because there was nothing stored. Some pictures we see. So we see Sushruta is doing the surgery and two of the disciples are holding the legs. They are not holding the legs so that the person will run away. They are holding the marma points. It gives anesthetic effect.
Who would you call a healthy, perfectly healthy human being?
Samadosha Samagni Samadhatu Malakriya Prasanna Atmendriya Manaha Swastha Iti Abhidiyade. I treat cancer. We have a very strong protocol called mind-body protocol.
Right.
Healing will start when your mind is at rest.
Vegetarian food cannot give them enough protein. So what is your take on it?
It keeps your mind in a better state. And when a person who is sick, it will help you to heal much better. People ask, no, which is the best time to do gym?
Right.
Of course, it is Kapha time, not in the Vata time.
Right.
Not in Pitta time also. There is a particular science called Dravya Guna Vijnana. Out of the grains, the red rice is the best grain.
So this lemon water honey that we people drink on empty stomach in the morning, one say that no, it is good, the other says that actually it's a myth, it's not good.
It's good because to create alkaline environment in the stomach, this lemon water, lemon cucumber, that water is good.
Dr. Nisha Manikantan is more than just a doctor. She's a true healer who looks at wellness from every angle. What makes her unique? She doesn't just treat your symptoms, she helps heal your whole being. Dr. Manikantan has deep expertise in Ayurveda and is also a trained instructor in yoga, pranayam and meditation. Since 1995, she's been working full-time with the Artofliving, where she spent nearly 3 decades mastering the art of holistic healing. During this time, she's taken the knowledge of Ayurveda around the world and has taught breathwork and meditation to thousands of people across the globe. Welcome to our podcast, Dr. Manikantan. Thank you so much for giving us your time today. We are so grateful to have you here.
Thank you. I am also happy to come and share whatever I know.
Doctor, at some point the world turned away from Ayurveda, but we are seeing a major shift now when the world is coming back and looking back towards Ayurveda for many solutions. But still the perception of Ayurveda is that it's some herbs which are so difficult to find, and it seems like it is very tough to follow. So what is your understanding of Ayurveda? What Ayurveda really is?
Ayurveda, the word means the science of life. Ayu means life and Veda means wisdom or the science behind the life. So Ayurveda is the wisdom of life or the science of life. And as the word says, it is actually the wisdom of living the life. Like it covers both the science of wellness and the therapeutic science. Like when you have a body and mind, you need to know how to take care of the body and mind. And that is what Ayurveda teaches us. And sometimes you get sick also. So how to deal with that sickness in a very intelligent way. So if you divide Ayurveda into two, the first part is the science of wellness and the second part is the science of therapeutics.
Okay.
So it is a complete science of well-being and also therapeutics.
Okay, great. We were reading your book that you've written on basics of Ayurveda. And what is most interesting to us is that you begin the book by science of creation. You look at a human being in terms of mind, in terms of Panch Mahabhutas and so many other factors than just the physical body. How does that correlate, the creation and us, and can you explain that in simpler words for our viewers to understand?
Okay, see, human is a part and parcel of the universe, and actually saying we are all small universes. Now the quantum physics says as is the macrocosm, so is the microcosm. So the same thing the Vedic science says, Yat pinde tat brahmande. Pinda means this body, even a minute cell, is similar to the Brahmanda. Brahmanda is universe. And Ayurveda is based on this science. Like you are a part of the universe. Life is a give and take from you to the universe. Like you grow with the elements of universe. And everything in this world everything in this universe is made up of 5 elements. We know earth, water, fire, air and space element. Like when you address people, we ask them, what are you made up of? So sometimes people say I am made up of bones, muscles and all. Of course, that is one way to see it when you look into a physical aspect. But sometimes people are intelligent. They have more wisdom. They say, okay, if you see in a subtle way, we are all made up of 5 elements. So we also know that. No? So everything in this universe is made up of 5 elements. That's why the Sanskrit word for universe is prapancha. Pancha means 5. And prapancha is made up of 5. Everything in the universe. And this human body is also, like 5 elements are the building blocks of our human body. There is a give and take of these 5 elements. Like your body get nourished with the food. Food is also made up of 5 elements. So when we have the food with more of one element, that element is more in our body.
Wow.
So Ayurveda science is based on this 5 element theory.
Oh, okay.
And how the creation, you need to know, since you are a part of this creation, you need to understand how the creation happened. So then you understand what is your relevance in this creation and where you are really standing.
All right. So since we are so closely connected with the universe, like you said, would that mean that everything that happens in the universe also affects our health? And if it is so dynamic, because the universe is changing and so it should have effects on us, how do you define health in Ayurveda?
Everything which happens around us affects us. Like the external factors which affect our body and mind is the climate, the environment around us, the food, intake of the food, and even the intake of the sensory objects. Your health depends on what you look at.
Oh, wow.
A small example, you are looking at your screen all the day, your health is affected. It affects your eyes. And if you are taking some food which is very dense, like lot of pastries, you can see the effect in your body. Your body becomes heavy, next day you feel lethargy. And also there can be water retention. Like that, anything outside has an impact on you.
Okay.
And environment also, climatic changes.
Right.
When it is hot outside, naturally you feel heat. And when it is winter, you start shivering.
Right.
So
right.
everything outside, everything affects you.
Okay.
Even people affect you.
Yes.
Through your senses, through your mind,
Yes.
outside. Anything outside affects you.
Right, right.
So there is it's a dynamic interaction between you and the outside world.
Okay. So, all these studies that have recently started coming up that, if you do a 20-second hug every day, you'll feel happier. Does that relate to this? Because touch again is one of the sensory...
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Touch and also the intention behind the actions. See, somebody hug you, it is out of love.
Yes.
And it's an expression of love. And you are very sensitive, you can receive that. So that creates a hormone release in you, like oxytocin.
Okay.
Right now, people are finding a lot of ways to nurture their wellness.
Right.
So you can see, especially after COVID, everybody found that you are responsible for your health and wellness. It is not the doctors or it is not the government or anybody.
Yeah.
If you need to be healthy and well, you need to take care of yourself. Then people started looking into the science of wellness, which is Ayurveda.
Okay.
We talk about wellness a lot, but Ayurveda is the science of wellness and it is coined thousands of years ago.
Right, right.
In Charaka Samhita, one of the books in Ayurveda, Charaka has very clearly defined what is wellness.
Oh,
How can you be well?
Oh, okay, okay. So you spoke about thousands of years ago, Ayurveda came into being. Can you tell us how? We've heard some saints meditated. What is that? Can you please tell our viewers how did Ayurveda came about?
Like any Vedic science, there are different stories connected to Ayurveda. It is said that centuries back there was no illness in the world. People were all happy and healthy. because there was nothing stored. Like when they are hungry, they will take some fruit what is available in the nature and eat it raw or cooked.
Right.
So then suddenly one day some people felt lazy. Okay, I want to store my food for tomorrow. So they started accumulating food. When you started accumulating, then associated emotions started coming, like greed, jealousy, and they didn't want to give it away. And then emotions like hatred came, and grief, sadness came, anger came. Then they started getting illness. So basically, the illness in the subtle form is in the emotions. If your mind is without any emotions, your body cannot be sick.
Wow.
And then sickness started, and this is called Satyuga, they say, in those time. And then the sickness started. When people fell sick, there was a need to treat them. Then the wise men, highly intelligent ones, what we call rishis, they started meditating upon the knowledge which helped them to treat the sick people. So then they found out that these herbs are good for this condition. Like that, the knowledge came. And how the body functions, what is the physiology of the body, and how this pathology comes, and how this pathology can be addressed. Wow. So like that, the science of Ayurveda was born. That is what you must have heard the seminar which happened in Naimishikaranya.
Yes.
Yeah. Rishi sat and meditated. And when you meditate in a group, it's called a yajna. No?
Okay.
So they meditated, and it is a downloaded science. That is what it says, Brahma Smritva Ayusho Vedam. That's how Ayurveda is said. That means Brahma has cognized the science of Ayurveda. So that is another school of thought, another thought about it. And then when the rishis meditated, somebody recorded it. Rishi Bharadwaja recorded it. Like now we have minutes of meeting, something similar to that. And then this science was used to heal people. And then many centuries it went from like oral tradition, and then it was written down in the manuscripts, and then now it is available in printed form, and universities, we study the printed form. We also refer to manuscripts.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
So that is how it is very fascinating how it came. And there are so many astonishing facts if you look into Ayurveda.
Okay.
See, those time also there were surgical conditions. So surgery was done that time. Like baby dies in the womb. You need to take the baby out.
Right.
So there were other surgical conditions also. If there is a tumor, which is called Grandhi or Arbuda, that tumor is not, it is harmful for the body. So that was also a recommendation for surgery. You need to take the tumor out.
Right.
And eye surgery. So there was a need for surgery. And the father of surgery, whom we call Sushruta.
Yes.
So Sushruta's the treatise is all about surgery, like how surgeries need to be done. So many surgical instruments were is recorded. And one particular surgery is called Indian plastic surgery. So that time, when Sushruta was doing it, the surgery in Europe was not even in the infancy.
Right.
So that time in India, Sushruta was doing surgeries. Some pictures we see. So we see Sushruta is doing the surgery, and two of the disciples are holding the legs. It is not, they are not holding the legs so that the person will run away. They are holding the marma points so that it gives an anesthetic effect, because anesthetic drugs were very less. There were called opium based and all, Madakari drugs were there. So like that, this is one of the facts which is very unknown to people.
Yes.
So recently, a surgeon was asking me, how come so many years before, is it true that there was surgery in Ayurveda? It is true, because where there was a need, and this is one of the ancient medical science.
Right.
Because that time people were sick, you need to attend to the sickness. And it was all done with the natural resources. Very innocent trees which you see around in the ashram, no?
Yes.
Some of them are very potent medicines. Like
Right.
if you take neem, Acidirecta indica, that is the botanical name. Neem is antiviral, antibacterial, and it acts against the skin diseases. It's a blood purifier. Like that, each herbs, no, there are many herbs which have potent medical qualities.
Okay.
Like some are anti-malarial, some act against the liver, like hepatitis, and some are cardiotonics, some are good for kidney, and some works on fever.
Right.
Like that, there are thousands of herbs which makes the Ayurvedic pharmacopoeia, and everything is recorded.
Yes.
Yeah.
Right.
What is the ingredient and what is active ingredient, which ingredient in the herb is working against this particular medical condition. And it was very full-fledged, and it was recorded in Sanskrit in all these books.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
Great. When I was reading your book, this was my first question that, okay, you say that Acharya Sushrita is father of surgery. But then how did they give anesthesia is something that I've always wondered. I got my answer now. Fascinating.
Yeah. Of course, surgery has improved a lot nowadays. Science is evolving, no?
Right.
Like we don't stop somewhere we are standing. As the need of the mankind is differing, we improve
Right.
a lot.
Yes, absolutely. Okay. So we've spoken about medicines being there, surgery being there. This is to get a person from disease to health.
Yeah.
But does Ayurveda define what is health? Like who would you call a healthy, perfectly healthy human being?
Okay, there is a very clear definition of who is a healthy person. It says the word swastha. Swastha means the healthy person. That means swasmin stiyate iti swastha.
Okay.
That is the definition of that. Swasmin means in yourself. So one who is established in the self is called a healthy person.
Okay.
That means it is not only body, your mind also need to be well.
Yes.
If both your body is functioning well and your mind is functioning well, only then you are called a swastha. And it little bit elaborated version is there. Samadosha samagni samadhatu malakriya. Prasanna atmendriya manaha swastha iti abhidiyade. That means samadosha, your doshas are in balance. Doshas means the energy is in the body. Samagni, your metabolism is in balance, working well. Sama dhatu, that means all your tissues are functioning well. And malakriya, all your eliminations are happening properly. So this is about the body.
Okay.
And then prasanna atma indriya manaha. Prasanna means in a very calm and happy state. When your mind and your self is in a very calm and happy state, if all these conditions are there, then you are called a swastha.
Okay.
So it is a high standard definition of well-being.
Yes,
it is
quite
not mere
high.
absence of disease.
Right.
Swasminstiyadedi swastha. Centered. You're centered. You cannot be centered if your body is not functioning well. You cannot be centered if your mind is not functioning well.
Right.
So that holistic aspect is there in that definition.
Okay. All right. I have 2 follow-up questions on
Yeah.
this. You know, in Western science, it is very clear that physical body is treated a certain way, and mentally, if you have some issues, then you go to a psychologist and all that. What is that equivalent of Ayurveda, or how does Ayurveda handle mental illness?
We have a particular area called Manasika Chikitsa. That means that is the area of psychology.
Okay.
Ayurveda has 8 well-defined specific areas of functioning. So one of that is Manasika Chikitsa.
Okay.
The other 4, one is Kaya, that is internal medicine, and Bala, that is pediatrics. And Graha Chikitsa is Manasika Chikitsa. So because in that also the influence of planet, everything comes.
Oh, wow.
Jyotish all is connected with that. Then Urtvanga Chikitsa, that is, it is also called Shalakya. This is ENT and ophthalmology.
Okay.
Urdhvanga means everything above the neck.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so eyes, nose, and throat conditions, and also ear. All that comes under that. And then we have geriatrics, and we have aphrodisiacs, Vajikarana Chikitsa, where your reproductive systems are nourished, and also to get a better offspring. Body and mind of the parents need to be nourished to get an better offspring.
Okay.
Shalya Chikitsa is surgery.
Okay. Okay.
So we have well developed 8 branches. One thing is there is no differentiation between, like, no, you treat only the body and you treat only the mind. Mind and body are so closely connected. It is described in Ayurveda like pot and ghee. If the pot is hot, when you pour the ghee into the pot, the ghee gets heated up.
Yes.
And pot is not hot. Hot ghee, if you pour into the pot, then the pot gets heated up. That is the kind of connection. That is how the mind and body are connected.
Right.
So if you see anything which affects your mind, will immediately reflect in the body.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Yes.
You think of tamarind.
Yeah.
So just think you're putting tamarind in your mind.
Yeah.
You have not actually put it.
True.
But your mouth starts salivation.
Yes.
Right? That means a thought can immediately cause a response in the physical aspect.
Right. Right.
You get angry, suddenly your face becomes red, body heats up. So anything in the mind will affect the body. And vice versa also. Your body, if you're sick, your mind, unless you're so well versed in handling your mind, your physical sickness can affect the mind also.
Right.
So that is why Ayurveda is called a holistic science, because it doesn't look body as a separate entity, but body and mind together. Like psychosomatic diseases we say, no? That is why when we treat, like I treat cancer, we have a very strong protocol called mind-body protocol.
Okay.
Because unless you heal the mind, the physical condition will not improve.
Right.
Healing will start when your mind is addressed.
Right. Okay.
And Ayurveda has very specific ways to address the mind. It is through yoga and meditation. We take the help of yogic science. And also there are other drugs which affects the mind.
Okay.
Like one example is ashwagandha. Ashwagandha is like a tranquilizer, and also it calms down the nervous system, which in turn influences the mind.
Okay.
So there are drugs which helps the mind, and there is something called sattva avajaya chikitsa.
Okay.
The treatment is divided into 3. One is yukti vyapashraya chikitsa, that is logical treatment. Like when a patient comes, I logically analyze what is imbalance in him, and it is affecting which system, which organ, and then logically I choose a drug or treatment for him and treat him. This is first type. And you also have to do the second and third. Second one is sattva avajaya chikitsa, that means raising the sattva of a person.
Wow.
So taking the mind to a higher level so that he can heal faster. So there are many things which affects the mind. Like what you told, hug, right? There is a treatment called ashwasana. And that means caressing.
Right.
Just caressing will is included in the treatment.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So there are several treatments in sattva avajaya. And then there is a third aspect of daiva vyapashraya chikitsa, that is unseen causes are there for a particular condition.
Right.
So when you treat, if these unseen causes are also attended to, then your healing happens better.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah,
Wow.
so,
amazing.
Yeah.
Amazing.
And reason for mental diseases are also there. No, it is said there is a condition called pragyaparada.
Okay.
That is prajna. Pragya means the state of intellect. So pragyaparada is a mistake of intellect.
Oh.
So it is says dhi dhridi smriti vibhramshat karma yat kurude ashubham pragyaparadam tam vidyat sarvadosha prakopanam. So because of your imbalance in your dhi, your intellect, or dhridi, your determination, or smriti, memory, if you are doing a mistake of intellect, that will imbalance any of your doshas or all of your doshas. So in main, there are 3 reasons for diseases to come or imbalance to come. Prakyapradha is one. And that is happening through the mind, because your mind is deciding your actions and words. So if you are doing a Pragyaparada, then your mind is affected first and then it affects your body.
Okay.
Manasika Chikitsa is a very detailed study.
Okay.
Treatments are also in very detailed treatments, and diseases are classified like like modern psychology classifies the diseases into like schizophrenia, manic disorder. So similarly, there are conditions like Unmada, like that. Different conditions are there.
Wow, that's amazing. Okay, so one more thing that you mentioned when you were talking was about the Jyotishi aspect of.
Yeah.
So does Ayurveda really take into consideration what are the planets, and does your treatment, so to say, also take into consideration that and is dependent on that?
Yes, Vaidyas are supposed to know other sciences also. So other shastras which help them. Like anatomy, physiology is one. It's like in modern medicine, they learn some other science like anatomy, physiology, pharmacology. These are all other sciences. Similarly, Ayurvedic Vaidya is also supposed to know the subtle anatomy. Anatomy is a part of Ayurvedic studies. So, Jyotisha is one such science. Yoga is another science. Vastu is another science.
Wow.
So, Jyotisha, definitely, there is a wing called medical astrology, if you must be aware, no? Because the influence of the planets also decides, what imbalance you will be having.
Right.
So many Vaidyas will have the knowledge of medical astrology, and they will, otherwise they will also tell, you can also look into what is, like in some chronic condition, maybe some planetary influence is there, and maybe you can do something about it. So that is there very much. Like when we check Nadi, this is a very higher aspect of Nadi, we pick up the Graha dosha. Like, we pick up, this is because the Grahas are not in favor of you.
Right.
And then, like for me, because I am based on this science, Gurudev's knowledge, so our solutions, the solution which I give for the patients are different. This is from direct instruction from Gurudev. He has told if there is a Graha dosha, what solutions I can give them.
Okay.
So that is like, it can be a japa, like Om Namah Shivaya chanting, or a doing an advanced course and meditating twice. So here my solutions are based on our science,
Right.
which is much more stronger than any other solution.
Right.
So, but some Vaidyas, they depend on astrological solutions.
Okay.
And it also has definitely a planet has an influence. No? But if you have ways which are much stronger than such planetary influences, definitely that is what you should do.
Okay. So this is very interesting. As we are talking, there can be disease due to the mind, there can be a disease due to planets, so many factors. And as a yoga practitioner and instructor myself, sometimes I get this question from my students that, my father led such a healthy lifestyle. He never ate outside. He woke up early. He did his exercise. He did everything right. He never smoked, never had alcohol. And yet they were diagnosed with something very serious. How, if you get a query like that, or how does disease come? What are the places from which disease can be a possibility, from where disease can come into a human being?
Ayurveda says very clearly, there are 3 reasons for disease. One is through your body only, like your wrong usage of your indriyas, like your misuse of the indriyas can cause. So that is proper logical. You did this, because of that you got this disease. And second one is, as I told, the Prakyapradha, the mistake of intellect. You know this is not good for you, like smoking. We have so many lung cancer cases, they were chain smokers, bladder cases, all that. So I'm just taking one odd example, very which is very familiar to me.
Okay.
So there you knew, but still you did, and it happened. And third one, that is your karma. Like this is your karma. So Indriyartha, karma, and kala. Third one is your time.
Oh.
So there you don't have any logic.
Right.
It is your time.
Wow.
It can be planetary influence. It can be what all these lifetimes have brought to you. So that is beyond our logic.
Right.
Yeah. So these are the three. There is no other reason for diseases. One of these will be playing.
Okay. And Ayurveda treats all of that, like you mentioned,
Yeah.
chantings and. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
You do logical treatment and then you attend to the mind. Logical treatment is for the body, to the physical level, and you attend to the mind, you treat the mind, and then third one, you treat all the unseen causes.
You know, when you say all of this, it makes me wonder that Ayurveda is so vast versus when we look at Western medicine, maybe it does not look into the astrological aspect or the most subtle aspects which are not seen by the eyes, which are not gross. So, when should one go to Western medicine and when should one come to Ayurveda? How would you differentiate that?
See, emergency condition, you need to go to allopathic medication. And there are certain areas where allopathic science is very strong. And if I would say an integrated approach will be actually better.
Okay.
So that a person, see, by default, Ayurveda doctor will know little bit of allopathic science. You learn. Like I learn, I have lot of allopathic friends also. And also I learn because one thing is I am interested. That's
Yes.
also very fascinating science.
Right.
To look into how that anatomy is fascinating, physiology is fascinating, pathology and all the medical advances are very fascinating. And also people understand allopathic language. And many time investigations and all, we require allopathic investigations. Like cancer patients when we treat, we also depend on the biopsy report and PET scan, which they already do and come. And after the treatment, to know for sure, of course nobody can, even the PET scan cannot tell whether it's for sure whether the cells are there, but still we also depend on that. We will depend on our way of diagnosis also, what is the status of the body through the Nadi. But that also, because the patient will understand that only. If I talk the language of Ayurveda, they will not understand. So most of the Vaidyas will be knowing allopathic way of treatment, and some of the allopathic Vaidyas, especially in the south, Kerala, many of the allopathic doctors are the kids of Ayurvedic. That is also there. So they will also be having a little bit knowledge about Ayurveda, or from the patients you learn. Okay, for these conditions Ayurveda work better.
Right.
Yeah.
Yes.
And across the world it is happening. So if there is an understanding, then you can give a better healing aspect to the patient. Like any doctor will want the patient to benefit. So expertise from anywhere is welcome always.
Right.
In certain cases you feel allopathic science can help in a much bigger way in this condition. So we refer them, okay, you should take allopathy in this case. Like that, if together, like in our hospital, we work together. In my team, there are oncologists, so we work together, and that is a very beautiful way of dealing with the patient.
Right.
Talking to each other, and they are also open-minded. And they also know after so many years, your only wish is your patient should get better.
Yes. Yes.
Everything, you transcend everything.
Right.
This is the only thing you will have in mind. And I think Ayurvedic way of dealing with diseases and all should be known to the other areas of doctors also. Then they will have more open-mindedness, and they will also want to receive. So then you can give better. Even though there was surgery in Ayurveda, the modern surgery is much more effective, much more efficient.
Right.
So in such cases, that choice is very important.
Right.
when to do what.
Yeah.
Like no, sometimes for diabetes, there are so many people who take insulin and take diabetic drug. So, and most of them come to us also for diabetic medication. So, these medicines work in a little broader way, much effective way, Ayurvedic. So, it deals with the side effects of the allopathic medicine, plus it also helps prevent kidney damage and skin conditions which is associated with diabetes, neuropathy which is associated with diabetes, eye conditions.
Right.
So, these medicines also prevent the higher sugar levels to which will ultimately damage these organs.
All right.
So, like that in every aspect, there is a way to deal with the disease intelligently. Like no, in certain cases, there is no need to take a very intense drug. Suppose there is a fever,
Right.
or there is a simple swelling in the body, or many other conditions which has not come up as a full-fledged disease. In that condition, Ayurvedic medicines, only Ayurvedic medicines you should take, because these medicines will help the body to heal that condition. Like symptoms will not come just like that. No, there will be a reason behind it.
Right.
Like if there is fire in a house, the smoke will come out through the
Yes.
windows.
Yes.
And it is closing the windows and sitting is not a intelligent way to deal with that. You need to find out the root cause and put down the fire. If you are not putting off the fire, then the whole house get distracted.
Right.
So something similar is happening. Any symptom in the body should be closely watched.
Right.
And then find out. So, in a simple case of fever, the medicine which is given for fever in Ayurveda, that not only subsides the fever, that addresses the root cause. If there is ama or toxicity and that is causing the fever, it will address the toxicity. So, there is a complete cure.
Right.
Yeah, but like no, antipyretic Western medicine will not do that. It will bring the fever down. The reason is still there.
Right.
So, in many conditions, it is good to take a decision very intelligently.
Okay. You know how you explain the definition of swastha, and you also mentioned that often as a treatment you elevate the state of the mind, the sattva, so that the healing is better. So it all hints towards, when you say self, it's the consciousness. And you know, when we meditate to attain a state of samadhi, you sort of become one with the higher consciousness. So does Ayurveda also help in your overall spiritual journey? Because it seems like both the paths are leading towards your higher self. So maybe it is not just healing or health here, but it is aimed at something much higher.
Yes, all Vedic sciences are aimed at elevating your consciousness to higher states. Every state, be it Ayurveda or yoga or astrology, everything, and living your life to its full potential. So Ayurveda helps you to keep your body and mind fit. Then you can fulfill your duties in the life, and you can find the purpose of the life. There are few things which you do in life, no? What is we call purushartha. Like you perform your responsibilities, and then you find the resources for that, and then sensory pleasures. You are living in this world, so taking the sensory pleasures and having a pleasureful life, and then knowing that all these material things will not give you the ultimate joy. So there is a moksha. No, you look for ways to elevate your mind and reach that higher state of consciousness. And for all these activities, your body is your tool.
Right.
Without body, you cannot do all this. So keeping the body healthy is very important. That is why it is said, Shariram Adyam Khalu Dharma Sadhanam. That means for your Purushartha, you need to keep your body well. Without wellness, you cannot do any activity properly. Not even like yoga also, no, you cannot. You have a headache, you cannot sit and meditate.
Right.
So that through taking the body to a well-balanced state, then you transcend the body and mind, and then you get into the So this is a science majorly which helps you to keep the body in a good state so that you can walk your life peacefully.
Makes perfect sense, because I think the first two obstacles listed are also Vyadi and Sthana, which is
Yes,
physical
very
and
much,
mental.
yeah.
Wow, very nice. Often it is said that consciousness heals itself, even when you say raise your sattva, higher state of mind. So is Ayurveda healing, or are you aiding the consciousness to heal the system?
You're aiding the consciousness to heal the system. Nothing else can heal. Your own life force, what you call prana, or in a bigger aspect consciousness, that is what which heals. It is not the Vaidya or it is not the medicine which heals.
Wow.
It is not the science. We are only instruments, because you can show the way. No, the people will not know how to handle. Like you need anything, you call some expert, right? Your fridge is not working, you call an expert to fix it. So like that. And Ayurveda also is a science of people. Like in India, people used to know the science of Ayurveda. Like they used to know what to eat when.
Right.
Yeah. The science of wellness, the first part I was talking to you about, it is all about the Ahara Vidhi, that is the science of nutrition. Then we have Dinacharya, like daily regimen. And there is Ritucharya, according to the season, how to accommodate your body and mind. And so all these things was very familiar to our society. Like if you remember, your grandmother used to crush some ginger and give you when you have a stomach pain.
Yes, right. Okay.
Yeah.
Great. Coming to that only, we want to speak about diet. It's the most in word these days. Vegetarian, vegan, non-vegetarian. There's so many diets. Certain people look at eating meat and fish and eggs as absolutely wrong, and there's some people who say it's perfectly fine, it's natural, all of that. How does Ayurveda look at food? What is diet as per Ayurveda?
Ayurveda has a very well established dietary part into it. It's called Ahara Vidhi. So it not only covers the quality of the food, it also tells you how to eat the food, when to eat, what to eat, how much to eat, everything. And this is only one part. And it is not the quality of the food which matters, it is the quality of your capacity to digest and assimilate and use the food. And this is called Agni. So Agni is very important. Everything regarding nutrition is based on your Agni. How much you can digest. So that determines what food you eat. It doesn't matter what is the quality of food. And that is different for different people. It differs according to your age, it differs according to your prakriti, and also your needs. Like a person who talks a lot into marketing or teaching, their Agni will be very strong because they are spending. So like that. According to the age, Agni in a youth will be very strong, for a elderly it will be lesser, because they need to eat very less food, which is helping their Agni. And in disease condition, Agni is again different. It will be Manda Agni, that is very weakened Agni, or it can be Vishama Agni, fluctuating Agni, or it can be Tikshna Agni, very intense. So according to your Agni, you need to decide the diet. And diet is told, it is not told like what you should eat. It is described like, no, this food has this quality. This food has this quality. It's like, most of the Vedic sciences are like that. It doesn't tell you what to do or what not to do. It will say, if you do this, this is the effect. So that's a very important,
Right.
that is a very unique way of telling you. This is how it is. Like, so there is no instruction. You have to use your intellect to find out.
Okay.
But of course, Vaidyas are there too, which do it for you, particular diet. So it is very personally what I have been using it, vegetarian diet, because it helps you to build up high quality tissue, and it also allows your body to function well. and it keeps your mind in a better state. And when a person who is sick, it will help you to heal much better.
Okay.
So I recommend vegetarian diet. And diet is always sampradaya. Like that means Vaidyas will decide the diet and they tell the diet to thee. And I always feel nutrition or anything, of course we can tell generally which this is good for you, this is not good for you, but diet is very, very personal.
It cannot be just one diet fits all.
No.
When you describe it that this diet has this quality, this food, now you decide what is compatible, it feels like almost like choosing a partner that, okay, you have these qualities, will we get along, it feels like that. Okay, very nice.
Like oil, no. See, we know coconut oil is very good and til oil is very good, sesame oil and mustard oil is good, and peanut oil. These are the 4 very healthy oils. But you cannot go to Lebanon and tell them to have a coconut oil or...
Right.
When I was teaching in Lebanon, I saw olives outside. So I would teach them, you take olive oil because that is their local oil.
Right.
So like that, Desha Kala also important. Desha means the region and Kala is time. So according to region, the diet is very different. So, but the principles will tell you. There are nutrition principles. Like about Agni I told, that is a principle. Like I have to give you a diet which is suitable for your Agni.
Okay.
Yeah, and there are certain food which is very good in the mornings, which are not good in the night. Certain foods are better taken before lunch. Like that, there are so many aspects into nutrition.
Okay. So, when you speak about Agni, it brings doshas to mind because I know I am Pitta predominant, and so my metabolism is very different than others. Who are not predominantly Pitta. So can we speak about doshas? What are they, and having a certain dosha, what does it mean? Is it just digestion or is it much more?
It is much more. Doshas define everything in an individual. Like your physiology, your psychology, your pathology, how you will respond in a situation, what is your attitude in every situation, what will be your action. Everything is decided by what dosha you are. And also your pathology, like what type of diseases you are prone to. So doshas are basically the energies in the body. There is one life force energy, what we call prana, and that is divided into 3 types of energy. Like vata energy is all about movement, the kinetic energy, which make the things move. Anything in the physiology which moves, like breath is going in, digestion is happening, your sense, you are perceiving something through your eyes, your ears, everything about movement is run by this energy called vata energy. And everything of transformation is run by pitta energy. Like your food is getting digested into the bodily tissues, all that transformation. And everything about stability, what structures the body, immunity, everything is connected to kapha energy. And we talked about 5 elements, right?
Yes.
So the air element and space element together causes the vata. That's why air is moving, no? Like I can move my hands because of vata energy. Vata is working on me. That's why when vata is struck, you get paralysis. So that is a high vata condition. And pitta is anything about transformation because it is connected with fire element, predominantly fire and water. Anywhere transformation is there, fire needs to be there. Without fire, there is no change, no transformation. And earth and water forms the kapha energy. And all these 3 together runs the whole physiology. Everything which happens in your body is run by vata, pitta and kapha energy. So the physiology is understood by the understanding of doshas. So when there is an imbalance in your doshas, vata is very high or pitta is very high or kapha is very high, similar pathology will happen in your body. First it will be imbalances. Like when you have kapha imbalance, you will get water retention or heaviness in the body, extra growth or something. And then imbalances, if it is left untreated, then it becomes a disease. So body will do everything to make it into balance. But sometimes it cannot, body cannot. Then you need to help through herbs, through lifestyle, through medicines, through treatments. You help the doshas to get balance so that it doesn't end up in a disease. That is the importance of Nadi Pariksha. Like when you pick up a dosha imbalance, then you do everything to balance the doshas so that it will not manifest as a disease later. And these same doshas forms your prakriti. Like prakriti is your personality.
Okay.
Like a person with vata personality will be very bubbly and very spontaneous and full of energy, vibrant. That will be the signature of a vata person.
Okay.
And the signature of a pitta person will be intensity, passion, goal oriented, and very specific, precise.
Wow.
Yeah. And the signature of a kapha person is very calm and centered and not affected easily, very tolerant, very supportive, very nourishing. So everybody will be either one of these prakritis, and there can be dual prakritis, vata pitta, pitta kapha, vata kapha, like that.
Okay.
So once you understand your prakriti, then one is that you know your strengths and you know your weakness. So you can design your life so that your strengths are more nurtured.
Right.
Yeah. So there are certain diet and lifestyle which you follow so that your best is available.
You know, just like there's a certain time astrologically that comes and then you start behaving that way. Like that, do doshas also have time? Because I've heard these terms, vatakal, pittakal. So irrespective of what my predominant dosha is are doshas also related to time, and you start behaving according to those doshas when that time comes? Is there anything like that?
Yeah, in a Dinacharya, in a daily body clock, there are certain energies which is dominant according to the time. Like morning 6 to 10 is kapha kal. So your body kapha is dominant. It doesn't mean you will be imbalanced. Actually, kapha nourishes the whole body in that time. So that is the time when you nourish your body and mind. Like we have heard, no, morning you take a good nourishing breakfast. Ayurveda always say you have to take breakfast before 10 o'clock. And that is the time you nourish your mind also. Like all the elimination happens in the morning before kapha time, in the vata time, and then you nourish the body in that time. Your yoga, your pranayama, meditation, everything, your exercise, if you're doing gym, that's the best time to do because your kapha is strong, your body is strong.
Okay.
And then comes pitta kal. That time your pitta is strong, you do activities which will nourish your pitta. And then there is vata time where your vata is strong. And then these three cycle repeat again.
Okay.
Evening kapha time, but morning kapha time is for a certain functions and evening kapha time is for different functions. It's a total science, which goes behind that.
Right, right.
But it is not that this time your imbalances will come. No. You need to know how to use your vata time in the best way so that your potential comes out.
Okay, okay. So aligning what activities to do when, so that...
People ask, which is the best time to do gym?
Right.
Of course, it is kapha time, not in the vata time.
Right.
Not in pitta time also. You end up in trouble if you do it in the pitta time. Evening kapha time is the second choice.
Okay.
It's also not a good time, but many people know. See, 30 years before I would have been very strict, but now practical. I always now give, okay, this is your second priority and this is your third priority.
Yes. Okay. So let's talk a little more about diet.
Okay.
I think one very interesting thing that you mentioned beginning of the podcast was how people started storing food. Of course, that was a little different context, but even today, that storage of food has become very big because, both the couple both the individuals are working, so they'll cook in the morning, eat it in the lunch, also have some refrigerated food on the weekend and sort of eat it throughout the week. What do you say about that? How should a meal be?
This is very common in West, like US and Latin America, Europe also. Europe not that much. India, it's not the case, no?
Not yet, not so
Okay.
much at least.
Okay,
But
this is
definitely cooking in the morning and having it for lunch or dinner. Yeah.
Because this question they majorly comes from US, no? Because they are so much into it, like 1 week storage. So let's talk about the first priority. It's always freshly cooked food.
Okay.
Freshly cooked food is always better for getting higher quality of tissues. If you compromise on the food, that will reflect on your body, that's for sure. Now the second priority is, it is okay you cook in the morning and evening you keep it warm and or very lightly warm it up and having. That is also egg, but definitely not cooking cooking dal and keeping it in the refrigerator and eating. No. And nowadays people are understanding that, no, they find their body is not functioning properly. There is lack of energy. Good food they are eating, but the way they are preserving the food and eating. And also we have started designing our life according to convenience and comfort.
Right.
Yeah, so that a little shift, priority, if it gives to wellness and health, then you naturally you put more focus on how better you can have food.
Right. Okay. Another food related trend which is going on is calorie counting. What does Ayurveda have to say about that?
Ayurveda has no aspect like calorie at all. Like modern nutrition goes on calories and ingredients, the macronutrients and micronutrients. So this concept is not there in Ayurveda. Ayurveda, the food is the quality of food is defined in a very different way, like 6 tastes, and every taste has a particular effect on the body. And there are another 2 category called Vidya, like that is heating and cooling. Certain foods are heating, certain foods are cooling, and some are neutral. And then there is something called Vipaka. After getting digested, how it affects in your body. That can be different. Like lemon. You think lemon is acidic, but after going to the inside the body, the lemon has an alkaline effect.
Oh.
So it is not against acidity. Lemon and many like orange and sweet orange and grapefruit, all this has an alkaline effect. So this is called Vipaka. So Rasa, Virya, Vipaka, and there is something called Prabhava. A certain type of food, without any logic, it has a certain impact on the body.
Oh.
So these are the qualities by which a food is decided, whether it's good for you or not. And third one is its dosha aspect. Like certain food is very high vata. Like if you say crackers or chips and all, when you eat, you can immediately feel. Next day you feel restless, or immediately you may feel restless. So vata. Those are vata type of food. Okay. So according to which dosha it creates, then it has an impact on your body. You have to choose what is good for you and what is not good for you. Okay. And if you look into the traditional food in India, it is all dosha balancing. Suppose when you cook tur dal, you always add some hing into it, jeera into it. In that dish itself, that cancellation is happening, because tur dal or potatoes, both these are food which creates little high vata. And jeera is a spice, immediately specify the vata. Hing is a spice which specifies the vata. So mostly if you look into any dish, this cancellation you can see. So the dish is made perfect by adding the spices.
Okay.
So spices acts like medicine. Wow. Spices are not actually a food item. You can call it in the dish, it's a medicinal item. That's why we use very little spices, no? You don't use a plate full of spices. It's used like a tablet or medicine.
Yeah. So our cooking is also like a science.
Yeah. So nutrition is looked into like what quality of food and how it affects you. But then you can do a study and you can find out like like kapha food, which nourishes the kapha, mostly carbohydrates, because you need carbohydrates to build up your body. It's not that you need only protein. So there is a lot of misconcept about no, carbohydrates are not good.
Yes.
That's not the truth. Carbohydrates are needed for the body. Only thing, you choose good carbohydrates. Don't choose the carbohydrates which are bad for your body, with no fiber, like too much polished. So wholesome grains, even in dals it is there. So you choose such carbohydrates, it's good for your body because it is connected to your kapha.
Okay.
So like that, according to the quality, the nutrition is defined.
Okay.
And these are the qualities.
Okay. All right.
It's a little deeper science.
Yes.
Many of the nutritionists come and learn Ayurvedic nutrition.
Right.
So there also that beautiful blend is good.
Very nice.
Yeah.
Another thing about today's debate on food is protein. So many people opt for meat because they believe that vegetarian food cannot give them enough protein. So what is your take on that?
No, that is not at all right. Because every vegetarian item you take, it is protein rich. Like dal, the pulses or lentils are full of proteins. And milk and milk products, plenty of proteins. Nuts and seeds, plenty of proteins. If you take grains, rice has protein, wheat has protein. And oats, quinoa, millets, these are all rich in proteins. Vegetables are very rich in protein. Tomato, broccoli and all have complete protein. The only thing, fruit has not much protein, but still little bit. And you don't need kilos of protein. No, you need very less protein for a normal human being to function. A little bit more you need maybe during your pregnancy, or if you are doing like a marathon or something. Even when you are doing body work, you don't need too much amount of protein. People take extra protein in the form of like unnatural protein, the protein powders and all. So that is also not needed. In the diet, you take an extra amount of protein, that is enough. So that is a very wrongly understood concept that vegetarian food does not give protein.
Okay.
Because the food is generally, if you look at your dish, you have dal, you have some grains, you have some curd, you have milk, which is all full of protein, and few nuts and seeds.
Okay.
Yeah. If you're running a marathon or something, or you are doing body work to become like Mr. India or something, then you may need a little more extra protein. That time you can take guidance and take.
All right. Coming to grains, wheat and rice are now being sort of cancelled, and people are going towards millets because it's what about that?
See, out of the grains, the red rice is the best grain. There is a particular science called Dravya Guna Vijnana. That means it talks about foods and herbs together, all the food items. So it says out of all the grains, red rice, there is a particular breed of red rice, Shali rice, that is the best. And rice is always considered the best grain. And it is like that. It's not that rice and wheat is not good for you. Those are the best grains for anybody.
Okay.
And the problem is the rice which we get may not be of good quality. And the wheat you get also may not be good quality. Like a lot of people have wheat intolerance. That is because the quality of wheat is not good.
Okay.
The kapli wheat,
yes.
The golden wheat, that is not mutated. So that wheat doesn't give problem to people who have wheat intolerance. So if you look into the quality of wheat, then it's as if centuries, our people have eaten wheat.
Yes.
In North India, wheat is the main And in South India, rice, South Indian, Bihar, Bengal and all, rice. People have eaten rice. So it is in no way harmful. Millets are also good. Millets are good, high in protein. And millet are particularly helpful in certain conditions. Like I also give millet diet, certain conditions where they cannot, like, they need a lot of detox in that condition.
Okay.
So you can eat rice and wheat happily. You can have a mixed diet also. Like twice a week you can have millet. Like that.
Okay. What about fasting?
Fasting is very good. Lankhanam paramaushadam, it is said. Lankhanam is a type of therapy in Ayurveda. There are therapies are also different type, like shamanam is there, which pacifies the condition. Shodhanam is there, which detoxify. So detoxification also 12 types are there, and Lankhanam is one of them.
Okay.
So fasting is very much advised because one thing is your body needs some rest. You work 6 days and take 1 day holiday. So your body also sometimes need that type of a holiday. So in that way fasting is good, and controlled fasting can heal much better.
Okay.
Like several hours. But I always think that you should get monitored when you do such type of fasting. Somebody should guide you how to do it.
Okay.
Yeah, like intermittent fasting is it's very good. Like you have 8 hours of eating window and 16 hours of fasting window.
Okay. Okay.
So that is one way, and 10 hours of eating window and 14 hours of fasting, or 12 hours eating, 12 hours fasting, which is a must for anybody. Your eating window should be 12 hours, not more than that. Like suppose morning 6 you have breakfast, evening 6 you finish the dinner. 7 you have breakfast, 7 p.m. finish the dinner. 8 you have breakfast, 8 p.m.
Okay.
So that your eating window is 12 hours. Your body gets a proper 12 hours fasting window to do the repair. So that fasting is very, very useful.
Okay. All right. So one more thing, you spoke about lemon actually being alkaline once it goes in and is digested. So this lemon water honey that we people drink on empty stomach in the morning, again there are two divided camps. Ones that say that no, it is good. The other says that actually it's a myth. It's not good. So what do you think? Is that
it is good? It's good because to create an alkaline environment in the stomach, this lemon water, lemon cucumber, that water is good. Even water kept in the mud is good in the copper vessel. That is also that also becomes alkaline. All these things are good for the body.
Okay.
And in certain conditions, we also make it a little more. That is also controlled, like having the baking soda. That is also that you don't need to do on your own. That you need to be guided how to do it.
Okay.
One thing is there, everything will not suit everybody. Even though it is the best thing, it may not suit you. So that you need to observe yourself. If it is not suiting you, then you need to report back. No, this is not suiting me. Then you will get guidance.
Okay. All right. Of course, people should come to a doctor and get their personalized diet and all of that done. But overall, if you have to say that today, if you have to tell people that, okay, this is how you live an Ayurvedic lifestyle, what are the normal changes that you'll tell them to do in a day, which will help them get at least little better?
Okay, as a first step.
Yeah, as a first step.
First step is Dinacharya.
Okay.
You need to follow, like mornings you keep for your own body and mind. Taking care of your mind and taking care of body, like little bit exercise, little bit oil massage, like that, and have a good breakfast. And then pitta time you work. All your intense work you do, like 10 to 1. And have your breakfast, your heavy meal at that time of the day. And vata time, again you work but little lighter work. And because that is vata time, you feel after 2 o'clock your energy little comes down. That time it's a good idea to do yoga nidra.
Okay.
And then evening wind up. And slowly very lighter work you can do. Or if you can not work after 6, that's the best. And then sleep before 10, because that is the time your body asks you to shut down and sleep. And sleeping like before 10, before your pitta time is very, very important, because that is the time your pitta cleanses the whole body. Liver is connected to pitta. So that time, if you are in deep sleep and your stomach is not so full, then that cleansing happens properly. Then you get at sleep, and quality of sleep is very, very important. The quality of sleep decides who you are.
Right.
Yeah, so do anything and make your sleep good and sleep on time. And then wake up early, better at Vata time. That gives you a lot of enthusiasm. If you follow this body clock, this is the first thing I would say anybody do. Yeah. Here and there little bit, one night you watch a film, that's okay. One day it's okay. But follow this as a daily routine.
Okay.
Yeah. So one of the thing is, people think, okay, you have Vata imbalance, you just need to treat the Vata imbalance. It's not like that. There is much more. The treatment principles are much more vaster and deeper.
You've mentioned Nadi Pariksha many times. Can you explain that to our viewers? What is Nadi Pariksha?
Nadi Pariksha is a diagnostic method in Ayurveda. So Nadi means the pulse. So we check Nadi, like the wrist. So actually it is the subtlety of the pulse which we pick up. Like the volume of the pulse, in which place it is touching. So that science reveals what is happening in your body and mind.
Okay.
So what is your physical condition? Which dosha is balanced? Which dosha is not balanced? And it is affecting which organ? And which function it is affecting? And to what extent? Even the prognosis.
Right.
So, and what is the state of your mind? And how long it has been like that, and now how it is going to affect your overall well-being. So your emotional state, your physical state. So it's a very, there are 3 types of diagnosis: Darshana, Sparshana and Prashna. So Darshana is you look, and you can diagnose many things by looking. That comes with experience, of course. And Sparshana is also the palpitation and touch and feel how temperature and if there is a mass, all that. The subtle aspect of Sparshana is Nadi Pariksha. Through it is actually not the tactile sensation even. It is more subtle than that.
Okay.
So Prashna is question and answer, which is the norm in any clinical. You ask questions, and that is, but that will not give you the correct. You are guided by the patient, but this will give you a correct state which the patient is not knowing. He doesn't know which dosha is imbalanced or which organ is not functioning well. And to feel that subtlety, you need to have a meditative mind. Yeah. So either you should be born with a meditative mind by fortune, or you should collect a meditative mind by meditating.
Okay. So again, as you mentioned dosha imbalance, I had this curiosity that we are all inherently feels like born with certain predominant dosha. But if the parents are onto the Ayurvedic path and they can plan the conception a certain way with all the Ayurvedic rituals, everything that Ayurveda prescribes, is it possible to enable an ideal dosha combination? Can we define the dosha through that, or it is what it is?
The dosha is determined by various factors. One is with the fathers and mothers' influence, like their prakriti, like their personality, and the state of their doshas at that time during the conception, and the state of the mother's dosha during the pregnancy. This is one or two influences. There are other influences also. Okay. There are known facts and unknown facts. In that way, if you plan a pregnancy, actually your Ayurveda starts before pregnancy. Like the parents undergo treatment to cleanse their body and mind, and also nourish the ovum, nourish the sperm, and preparing the uterus. So after that only the conception is planned. So first we prepare the parents and then the conception is planned.
Okay.
And once the conception happens, there is something called Dinacharya. That is the prenatal routine. Every month, different type of herbs are given, and we advise different type of asanas and mudras, all that, different type of chants, all that. So the whole regimen is called Dinacharya. And there is after delivery also, for the baby also, the first thing the baby does is an abhyanga.
No, yes.
First newborn baby, first abhyanga is given because baby through the birth canal, the vata is naturally increased. Even if it's a C-section, suddenly coming out to the environment, environmental changes also give a vata imbalance. So first thing is abhyanga, and every day you need to give abhyanga for the baby. So that is a whole science of and the herbs which is given during the Dinacharya will avoid any imbalance. So it may not have a big influence on which prakriti the person is born with, but it will avoid extremes. You get a better offspring. Like every prakriti is good. Vata prakriti or pitta or kapha prakriti. Like everything is good on its own way. Only you need to know what is your prakriti and you need to design your life according to that so that your best will come out.
Okay.
This is very important to plan the baby. Plan and prepare for the baby mentally and physically. There are herbs which help the uterus to get stronger and herbs which nourishes the sperm. And like increase the virility of the sperm, herbs which strengthen the ovum and make the ovulation correct.
Okay.
Even the menstruation has a science behind it. It's called Ritumati-charya. What to observe during the menstruation. Because there is a moon cycle which connected to the menstruation.
Okay. So certain factors are there. One of them is this.
Yeah.
Mother parents. Okay. After listening to all of this, the conversation for past 1 hour, Ayurveda is definitely not just herbs. So can you tell us what is it based on?
Okay, the science of wellness is, it is a complete way of living. See, every moment you need to take care. It depends on what is your priority. If your priority is high quality life, you become aware of your own body, your mind, your speech, your actions. That awareness is not a big thing. Once you practice, it will come naturally. So then you take care of what you eat, you take care of your body clock, and you take care of every activity you do. Like eating on time, working on time, like that. There is a time for everything, and time is very important. You need to know what time, what to do. So that is one thing. And if you come to the therapeutic science, many times we think, no, it is a herbal science. Okay, this herb for this condition. It is not like that. Ayurveda is totally based on treatment principles called Chikitsa Siddhanta. So these treatment principles are according to your doshas. One is, it's only one part, according to what is the dosha imbalance, how much extent it has gone, so how to treat that. And second is based on ama, how much toxicity you have and how to take it out, like through panchkarma or maybe through fasting or through other, I have told 12 type of detox. And then it looks into Agni. How is your metabolism? Everything in you is decided by your Agni. Your wellness is decided by your Agni. Agni Moolam Balam, Bala Adhishtanam Arogyam. If your Agni is good, you have Balam. Balam means immunity. And if your immunity is good, your well-being is decided. You're well. So if you're sick, it depends whether you cure or not, depends on your Agni. That is why if you see a Vaidya's prescription, we write a drug for Agni most of the time to balance the Agni. And then another Siddhanta is like how much it has affected your channels, like Shrotas. It is like a physiology. So like that, based on strong Chikitsa Siddhantas, a Vaidya treats you. It is not like you have hepatitis, we give you most common medicine for hepatitis, Bhumi Amla. It is not like that. Of course, there will be a treatment will also be based on Vyadhi. You have this Vyadhi, so okay, these herbs or this yoga. Yoga means a medicine which different herbs. This yoga is good for you.
Okay.
So many aspects are taken into consideration when you treat.
Wow. Okay. Thank you for sharing that with us. And any message to our viewers from Ayurvedic perspective? We can just end with that. Anything that you'd like to say?
Listen to your body.
Wow.
And follow the body clock. And take care of your mind. Meditate every day.
Okay, great. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Dr. Manikantan, for joining us. Thank you.
Yeah, I'm also happy to share.
Okay.
Jai Gurudev.
Jai Gurudev.